Hello and welcome. It's me, Marls44, and I'm back with another Cardfight Vanguard Crane Line deck profile. Today's deck profile, we have the Karma that will punch you in the face and punch your rear guards too, with an extra crit. Yeah, Blue Storm Karma Dragon, Maelstrom, Reverse. So with the release of BT15, this bad boy is out for Aquaforce. And let me just say, it is an all-around deck, and it is also a clan counter too, because it's a Crossride, and it retires your opponent's units as well. So, clan counter, and on top of which, all-around deck, because it gives you great pluses, gives you great rearguard pressure, and great vanguard pressure. So it has all three of those key points. It's obviously not, too heavy on like butting heads with Vanguard, or too heavy on retiring rearguards, or too heavy on, hand size. It's that all-around kind of playstyle. But anyways, with that in mind, let's move on to our starter. So, our starter is Blue Storm Cadet, Marios. If you don't know what he does, when an attack hits a Vanguard during the battle that this unit is boosted, if you have Aquaforce Vanguard, and if it is the third battle of the turn or more, you look at the top 5 cards from your deck, search for up to 1 card with Maelstrom in its card name, and then just put it in your hand. So, helps you keep the Crossride consistent, very consistent. Amazing card for this deck because it just helps that consistency. You don't really want to play Eric or anything because you do kind of want to save up your counterblasts with this deck. And Marios just helps keep up the consistency really, really heavy. Because it's every time he boosts and hits. So, whereas Eric, it's a one-time thing. And he's a Blue Storm too, so that helps. Because we're moving over to Blue Storms. That's what Aquaforce is moving over to. But he can get you, maybe some extra grade 3s to drop for Perfect Guard or to swing after Diamantes hits. So that's really, really nice. And anywho, let's move on to grade 3s. We have 3 Blue Storm Karma Dragon, Maelstrom, Reverse. So reason for 3 is you need your other grade 3s. But what he does, if you don't know, Limit Break 4, Counterblast 1, and you choose one of your rear guards, rest it, and lock it. So you can't do this if you don't rest and lock it, so you couldn't have attacked with the card. Or boost with the card. It has to be standing. Cannot be rested to lock it. And then when this unit attacks Vanguard, if it is the 4th battle of the turn or more, you may pay the cost, and if you do, until the end of the battle, it gets 5,000 extra crit, and it also gets a skill where if it does not hit, you get to choose one. You get to draw a card and choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So that kind of shows you how he's a clan counter. He retires rear guards, pressures the Vanguard nicely, and it's just that, all-around pressure. On top of which, he's also a Crossride if you have Maelstrom in the Soul. The original one, of course. Not him, because if he's in the Soul, he's not a Crossride. It's not how it works, people. But just a great new boss card for Aquaforce. Very strong. Most of the time, I end up blocking Marios behind Maelstrom Reverse. And the big reason is because the fact that you want all of these little mini attacks from your rear guards, and most of the time, at least 99% of the time, all your rear guards will be rested by the time you attack with your Vanguard to get that 4th attack. So basically, you just kind of want to lock Marios. It's not the point of hitting with it. It's just the point of pressure, and it brings on a lot of pressure to their rear guards and their Vanguard. It's a very strong deck. It really eats over time. So normally you just want to attack with the Vanguard, rest Marios, and then lock it, and pressure with that crit. If they're cross-ridden though, sometimes it is nice to stay in Maelstrom for a little bit, and then to pressure with his limit break, and then ride into Karma. But most of the time I find myself riding into Karma as soon as possible. Only need 3 because Marios gets it pretty fast, and yeah, you need your Diamantes. And your Crossride, so that means we play 4 Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. So the original Maelstrom. Another thing with this deck I forgot to mention just a second ago was it's like the old style. It's like the old style Maelstrom, like the first Maelstrom. No break ride, no nothing like that. Just original Maelstrom with, you know, when Limit Break started, with just all these multiple little attacks, and that's why Karma's so good as well. And it's okay to lock Marios behind it. I mean, Crossrides always hurt Aquaforce, so that can't be helped if they're cross-ridden and you're debating on whether to not lock Marios. It is a good debate, but most of the time it's beneficial for you because you pressure with the crit, you get to retire something and draw something, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, 4 of these, just to get your Crossride off. As I said, not bad to start off with a little bit early with the Limit Break. And yeah. And then we have 2 Storm Rider, Diamantes. So your 11k is just really, really important. You can't play less than 2 in this deck. Yeah, you just can't. You need the 2. And then moving on to grade 2s, we have 4 Tidal Assault. Now, at first I played 4, and then I chose to play 3, and then I've gone back to 4 because there was just another card that I kind of made a mistake on its effect, and I thought it was something different, its skill. But anywho, aside from that, Tidal Assault just helps you get that 4th attack on. And actually, what's pretty nice about it too, if he's in a column with, say, Wheel Assault, and on the other side you have the Diamantes, so you already had the 4th attack, so you just boost with Wheel Assault, Tidal Assault attacks. And then, you just, after that, you have your Vanguard attack. Now, if you pull 2 stand triggers, what's good about that is Tidal Assault hasn't lost any power. So, you just get 5,000 to Tidal, stand it. Maybe you pull a second one, 5,000 to Wheel, stand it, right? And then what you do after that is just well, actually, it's better to give 5,000 to Tidal, not Wheel Assault, sorry. Because then what you do is you swing with Tidal Assault for 19, restand it, it loses 5,000, so it's 14, and the Wheel Assault boosts, and it attacks for 21. So it's a nice consistent kind of thing to make it. It helps with the consistency and such, and just the little attacks that Aquaforce is. I mean, 21 isn't a little attack, but that's if you could pull 2 stand triggers. Even 1 stand trigger is good. Maybe. Because maybe you already have Tidal Assault standing, right? Because maybe you decided, oh, okay, let's just restand it for that. And then you get to restand Wheel Assault because you get a drive check and give power to Tidal. So Tidal can, well, they can just swing for 21 because he already restood. And he can't do it again until the next turn. So he's just a good card for the deck to just get your 4th attack through, essentially. And he's a good pressure card with stand triggers too, if you can play it right and just think before you do. That's all what Aquaforce is about. Think before you do. Anywho, let's move on to 4 Blue Storm Marine General Gregorios. Your 12k beater for Blue Storm if your Vanguard had Blue Storm in his card name. So I don't know if I mentioned that I never ride Diamantes out of all the times I've tested this because Mars is so consistent. So 4 of him, just 12k beaters, really, really handy because, if it's behind Diamantes too, it gets to hit for 12. That's what you want. You want one of these. I mean, Coral Assault's good, but he is 12k beater, and he's 9k base, so better than 8k base. Can't be knocked out by a 8k grade 1 vanilla, right? But yeah, just essential for the deck because it helps with early game, and it just good card behind Diamantes if you don't have another grade 3 like Karma or Maelstrom, extra one. And then we have 3 Blue Storm Marine General Spyros. So if you don't know what this card does, you counterblast 1 card with Blue Storm, so a special counterblast. This card name, and at the end of the battle, that's this unit. Attack the Vanguard, and if you have a grade 3 or greater Aquaforce Vanguard, and if it is the first or second battle of the turn, you can just restand this and get it to attack again. You can only use it once, of course, per turn, but I did play 4 of these at first, and then I realized, oh shit, wait, you can only do it on the first or second battle. Never mind, so I don't want to run 4 of these. I'm gonna go back to 3 because that's all I need. It's just kind of help. It just kind of helps you, you know, ensure you get the 4th attack. I mean, you have Tidal Assault, you have Diamantes, and I also play some Wheel Assaults too. But it just helps out, and it's actually a good late game card to hit with. You know, those little mini attacks that Aquaforce is always known about, with another card that it combos well with as a grade 1, that I will show later, of course. So it's just kind of good with that. It helps keep the consistent pressure of Aquaforce on, and yeah, it's just solid card in general. Just helps with your 4th attack. You only need 3. 4 is too many. I found it was too cloggy. Tidal Assault was better. But yeah, so moving on to grade 1s. We have 4 Emerald Shield Paschal. So I know the Quintet Wall's out, but this deck really does eat up its Counterblast, because you just kind of want to delay the turns. Like, delay... You don't go for finishing your opponent too quickly. What you kind of just want to do is just... You know, turn after turn, just pressure with the crit, get your rear guards to, you know, pressure, knock out some of the front row rear guards, and get Karma to, you know, kill some back rows, and just kind of pressure like that. So because of that, and because of the huge hand advantage too, Quintet Walls are just not really that useful in this deck. Most of the time, I do like playing them, but if they're not useful in the deck, because maybe too Counterblast heavy or something, I don't like playing them. So 4 perfect guards is perfect. See what I did there? But yeah, 4 perfect guards is perfect. You just run 4 of them. And I mean, Spyros is the only one who has a special Counterblast, and you only run 3 of them. And there are quite a bit of Blue Storm cards in this deck too. So it's not hard. Just pay attention to what you Counterblast. And then we have 4 Blue Storm Marine General Hermes. So he's basically a 10k hitter, a 10k attacker, grade 1. Really important because of the fact that he just, if you have to call him behind Diamantes, you can, and he's a solid card, solid 10k hitter that, you know, can just hit something. You want to make sure you get that hit. I mean, just attacking is fine, because it makes the 4th battle happen, but getting the hit is a lot better. So he just kind of helps with that consistency of getting hits, and also combined with another card, he can actually be a little more threatening than normal late game. And then we also have 3 Blue Storm Soldier Tempest Blader. If you don't know what she does, when this unit is placed on rearguard, choose another of units with Blue Storm in its card name, and it gets 3,000 power until end of turn. So she combos well with Spyros and Hermes late game, or just in general. Normally I replace Marios with her, because she's not going to be good behind the Tidal Assault or something, because it's just not that good, and it's not good behind a Diamantes or anything. But she's good for giving power to Spyros. Spyros swings for 12. At the Vanguard, Counterblast, restand, and then boost it, it swings for 19. So it helps get those extra attacks that actually hit through. And she's really, really good with Hermes too, because you can slap on 3,000 power to him, and then have Diamantes attack, and then the Vanguard, and then have Hermes attack the Vanguard. So or have Hermes attack a rear guard, but it's 13k, and it'll definitely hit. It'll obviously hit the Vanguard, because it's higher than 10k, right? But yeah, it's just a good card, good solid. I only need 3. 4 is 4 is too much, and 2 isn't enough, because you kind of want them just at the end of the game. But you want to make sure you get them, because they're very, very important for your late game pressure. Just very, very helpful. And, you know, nice combo with Spyros, whereas you could swing as 12 and then swing as 19 just to get a little more mini attacks off, like Aquaforce does. And then we play 2 Wheel Assault. So I still play Wheel Assault. He's not as effective in this deck as he was in like Tetra Drive and stuff, but he's still kind of handy, you know, just to get that 4th attack on. I never have used them once, but there's no really other 7k card that's that great to play, and he just kind of helps you get that last attack on. So it's fine to play two of them. Just nice card behind Tidal Assault too. And then we have 4 Blue Storm Fleet Angler Soldier, 4 Dolphin Soldier of High Speed Raids, so 8 stand, 4 Blue Storm Battle Princess Doria, 4 draw, and then 4 Blue Storm Soldier Kitchen Sailor. So I like the 4 heal, of course, so kinda a standard lineup, but I like to just play the 8 stand's really important because I tried playing the crit, but it wasn't right, and it needs to play that old Maelstrom way and just get those little mini attacks through. And as I said with like Tidal Assault and stuff, you can do that kind of stuff. And maybe if Spyros has an extra 3,000, heck, you could get a stand trigger, restand it, and swing for 17, or Hermes can swing for 18 if it gets a stand with the Tempest Bolt thing. So it's a really strong deck. The stands are a lot more useful than crits, because I never found the crits useful at all. Karma Dragon has its own crit pressure, and that's all you need. Trust me. You want all those little mini attacks, because that's what this deck does too, just like the original. And then, you know, the 4 draw, 4 heal, like always. But that's about it, guys. Sorry for this one being a little long. There was actually a lot of explaining to do, because this deck was confusing as hell for me to figure out, but I finally found a build that was perfect. So, yeah. So remember to like and comment. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And, what else was I going to say? The deck list will be in the description below. So my Facebook, Skype, and Twitter, so you can go and check all those out. And that's about it. So we'll see you guys next time.